Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today I have Simba and he's wearing his first shirt. Now the reason I think it's still on is I put it on him when he was half asleep. So he didn't even notice what happened. But isn't he cute? My friends, in today's video I finally get to use this sweet sign. I have been waiting to use it. It's so adorable. I mean, seriously, look at this. Oh my goodness. And we are doing a swag stick wreath. We're using a very unique green shade because the colors on the sign are a little off, but that's okay. We are going to work with it. Are you still sleeping, baby? Want to give me 5? Hi. What a good little kitty. All right, you guys, let's get started. Let's go over the supplies that we're going to need. I'm going to start with this seafoam green that I would usually use in a nautical wreath, but our sign has very unique shade to its green and this matches it. This deco mesh is 10 inches by 10 yards. And then I have some leftover white 10-inch deco mesh, some of these gorgeous glitter branches. For our ribbon, I'm going to be using a combo of this gold 1.5-inch wired ribbon, then some thrifted 2.5-inch ribbon. This one will match our sign perfectly. This beautiful 1-inch wired elegant pink ribbon, and then our gorgeous sign. As you can see, the green here is a little bit like a seafoam green, so that is why we're using that deco mesh. Some pipe cleaners and a 5-gallon stir stick that you can get at your local hardware store. These sometimes you can get them for free, sometimes they come in a set of 3 and they're a few dollars, so this is a great base for really next to nothing. I always like to get started by putting a hanging loop right there at the narrowest part of the stir stick. For that, I'm going to be using about a 20-inch piece of jute cord. I'm going to go where it's about 1/3 of my cord, and that's going to be the top of my hanging loop. Going about 2 inches down, I'm going to just make a knot, and we have a hanging loop just like that. Before I attach my hanging loop, I always make sure that the ruler part of the stir stick is on top. Therefore, the hanging loop goes in the back. At the narrowest part, I'm going to make a little knot, and then the long part, I'm going to bring around just once. You don't have to do it too many times. Make sure that's in the center and make another knot or 2, and you have a secure hanging loop. To prevent this from moving, I usually put hot glue and a piece of felt right on top, and I'm not going to put a lot of hot glue, just a little bit. And put that right over. This is a bit of an extra step, but I know my hanging loop is in place. Let's bring in our pipe cleaners, and we're going to start with 2 pipe cleaners at the 10.5-inch mark. That is our center because the stir stick is 21 inches. I'm going to twist my pipe cleaner on one side, and then I'm going to take another one and I'm going to twist it on the other side. Just like this. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom where it says 2.5 inches. At the top, I'm going to be right below that jute cord. When I refer to these as doubles or singles, the one with 2 pipe cleaners are doubles, and singles are in between the doubles. That's going to be next. My first single is at 14.5 inches, and this time I'm going to tie it in the center and I'm going to face it up. Same thing on this side, except it's going to be at 6.5 inches, and we're going to tie at the top. Now, I know I'm doing exact measurements because for some people that is very important. You don't have to do that. But for me, I know that it's nice and even, and I'm somebody who actually does not mind measuring. But you don't have to. This definitely can be freehand. I'm done putting on all my pipe cleaners. At this point, if you want, you can hot glue them in place. This is raw wood, so it's going to hot glue really well. I have black hot glue, so I'm going to try to go underneath so it doesn't show that much in the center. Just a little dot. You don't need much. For the 2 pipe cleaners at the bottom of the swag, especially if you are going to use this as a hanging swag versus a centerpiece, I recommend doing something different, and that is just going right along and putting lots of hot glue and then a piece of felt on top. And the reason you want to secure this real well is that's kind of holding your entire swag in place. We're going to be making ruffles for our swag, so I recommend cutting your deco mesh anywhere from 24 to 30 inches. I'm going to add on 5.5 inches to make it 30 inches, because don't forget there's a little half right here, so 5.5, 6 plus 24 makes it 30. Grabbing my handy roller cutter, I'm cutting at 30 inches. Roll naturally, and we're going to need 8 of these pieces. This white ribbon is so pretty. It has poof balls on it and a foiled white ribbon throughout. I'm going to see how many curls I can get out of it. And so I'm just going to clean up the edge and just do 10-inch strip. I will need at least 8 of these. I ended up getting 10 pieces of the white deco mesh. So what I'm going to do is the 2 extra that I have, I'm going to put on the singles. Let's attach our ruffles, and we're going to be attaching to every pipe cleaner on this swag. Unroll your deco mesh so that it's rolling onto the table, and about 1 inch in, I'm going to make a little fold. This will help you prevent fraying a little bit. Since I don't have a center, I'm going to go straight on my measuring mat. There is my center, and I'm going to start collecting. When I get to the end, I'm also going to fold about 1 inch on that side. So we're going to take our ruffle and connect it to every pipe cleaner. You can already see all the gorgeousness that we're dealing with. I'm going to finish up this part, and then we're going to attach our curls. This is what we have so far. Yes, the stir stick is showing, but that's okay. We have more things to add on, including our little white pieces of deco mesh, which we're going to, of course, curl. And I like my curls to be about 1 inch in diameter. I'm going to first add to all the doubles, and then the 4 remaining will add to our singles. Now let's do the single connections. We're going to do double curls on those. So I'm just going to curl my deco mesh and put a clamp on it. Then get the second one rolled up. Crisscross these, and that is how I'm going to attach it. Things are getting filled in. Wait till we bring the ribbon in. Now it's time to make our ribbon bundles, and I'm starting with this 2.5 inch ribbon. I'm going to be cutting all the ribbon at 11 inches. As far as this ribbon, I'm only going to cut 6 strips, and I'm going to attach them to my doubles. I got my 6 strips. Now I'm going to do dovetails to both sides. Just fold them, cut a little triangle, making sure to cut the ends. Next, let's move on to the gold ribbon. Same thing, 11 inches, but I'm going to need 10 of these. Dovetails on this one also. And now for the pink ribbon. My goodness. For the pink ribbon, what we're going to do is we're going to do 6 pieces, but then I'm going to do little bundles for the singles, and we'll do that later. I need to start making these ribbon bundles because somebody is trying to get comfortable inside my swag. So for our outside bundles, or all our doubles, I'm going to get a 2.5, one of those 1.5s, and a 1 inch pink one. Fold in half, find that center, squeeze it in the middle, and attach. Since I know I'm not going to be attaching anything else, I'm just going to twist up about 1 inch from the connection, fold in half, and then fold back so we hide that. And so I'm just going to go around to all the doubles and do the same thing. Just one of each of the ribbon that we cut, and let's attach. This double is done. Skipping the single, doing the next double. The doubles in the middle, I usually have the ribbon point out because that is where our center is going to be covered. So you want to make sure that your little ribbons are in the V, kind of going from the inside. Since the sign is going to be in the middle, you can see the importance of having our ribbon come out to the sides. Okay, guys, this is what I'm dealing with. Simba, what are you doing on the deco mesh? Look at this little troublemaker. How can you be mad at him? And this is what it's like crafting with a little kitten. My ribbon is all over the place. I'm working literally in the air because he thinks he's playing game and he went underneath the swag. Yes. As Simba is playing with the deco mesh, I'm going to take this off the table because next we need to prepare the ribbon bundles for the single pipe cleaners. Okay, next we're going to make our 3 loop bundles, and I'm going to be using my 1 inch gorgeous shimmery pink ribbon. And what you want to do is first let's make a tail, so about 1.5 to 2 inches, and we'll just gather it. Then we need to make loops. I decided to make mine at 8 inches. So I'm just going to gather just like that. Another 8 inches and gather. Another 8 inches and gather. Where we have things gathered just like this, we're going to grab a zip tie that Simba won't let me have and zip tie that. Make sure that it's nice and tight, and let's cut this off. And this. We have a pretty little 3-loop bundle, and I'm going to make a second one. I'm going to my single pipe cleaner. I have my 3-loop bundle. The first thing I'm going to do is cut a little bit of floral wire, just enough to wrap it around and to the back of our swag. And I'm going to wrap it right above our zip tie. Twist it tightly in place. Then we're going to grab 2 more of those gold ribbon pieces, find their center, attach them, and then this time this pipe cleaner, I'm just going to twist in place, cut off the excess. Right in the center of this, I'm going to put my little sweet bundle, feeding my floral wire to one side and the other side of my swag. Twist the floral wire in place. Next, I'm going to do the same thing to the other single. Now I'm going to work on attaching our sign. I just removed the jute cord from the top of this sign. This sign is metal. Instead of using some pipe cleaners and hot glue to attach this, because it won't hold unless you're using E6000 or super glue with it. So what I decided to do is I'm going to mirror the little holes that are on top at the bottom. And what I'm going to use to do that is a crocodile. Flip the sign over, and I'm going to use the tiniest hole on here. That's simple. Do you guys see it? I'm going to do the same thing on this side, and we have the second one. To attach the sign, I'm going to use some floral wire. I cut the floral wire into 12-inch strips. Then I'm going to attach them to each of the little holes and just give it a twist or two. Next is going to be the fun part, attaching. I'm going to put my little sign right in the center. Now let's flip. One of the floral wires is going to go underneath my stir stick, connected. Then the other one. The bottom of my sign is connected, but don't worry about the wire showing. There's just too much stuff going on. We can cover it with ribbon, with some of these curls. It'll be fine. Next, I'm going to attach the top, and then we're going to take care of the back of the swag. Underneath the stir stick and attach. Our sign is on, and we had a little camera malfunction when I did the back. So basically, I grabbed a piece of ribbon and I folded the little end just like this, hot glued right in there, and just hot glued it to the back. This is 1.5-inch ribbon, and then I cut a little bit after the end of my stir stick so that I can glue the end of it to the front of the stir stick. And then I did the same thing to this side. The 1.5-inch ribbon works perfect. So if you have any left over that you're not using, this is a great way to use it up. Next, I'm going to grab some of those glitter branches. Let's cut them off. These are fairly long. I usually get 2 of them out of one. So about halfway through the stem, I'm going to cut it, and we have 2 branches instead of 1. So that way we can disperse it throughout the wreath a little bit nicer and have more throughout. Look at how beautiful these are. Before I hot glue these in place, I'm going to go around and just stick them throughout the wreath here and there. My glitter branches are all in. Now I'm just going to go all around and just start with one and keep on going and hot glue them in place. Everything is attached, including our glitter branches. And now it's time to make everything pretty. Start opening everything up, and then the big picture will appear and you will see how gorgeous this is. I'm going to continue opening everything up, and that is it for this gorgeous pink Christmas swag. Simba, how many months are you turning this week? 5? That's right. Simba is turning 5 months. You're such a sweet little kitty and you're getting so big. I'm telling you guys, this cat is getting so big. Well, what did you think of our sweet, sweet pink swag? I thought it was adorable. The colors played on each other so nicely. Thank you so much for being here. If you are someone who is not subscribed to this channel yet, please consider subscribing, hitting the little bell button, and of course, don't forget to hit the like button so that this video keeps on growing, this channel keeps on growing, and we keep on coming back. Right, Simba? That's right. For now, I prepared 2 videos right here for you to enjoy if you're still in a wreath tutorial kind of mood. Thank you so much, and we will see you in our next video. Simba, you want to say bye? No? But please, say bye to everyone. Bye! That's right. Bye, guys.